Greetings, candidates, and welcome to the lesson. The subject is financial management, that is advanced financial management, and the topic is corporate reconstruction. And so far, we've covered quite a number of the subtopics under the topic. Today, we are moving on to the other forms of reconstruction, having considered financial reconstruction, portfolio reconstruction, and organizational reconstruction. In this lesson, under other forms of reconstruction, we will study two, that is strategic reconstruction and legal reconstruction. Strategic reconstruction. What is strategic reconstruction? We are going to study strategic reconstruction and legal reconstruction. Let's begin with strategic reconstruction. Now, strategic reconstruction refers to the deliberate and comprehensive alteration of a company's fundamental structure, the business model, the alteration to the structure, that is the fundamental structure, the business model, and the operational processes to improve its long-term performance and effectiveness. This kind of reconstruction goes beyond simply cutting costs or reorganizing departments. It involves a rethinking of the company's overall strategy, the company's overall vision and mission, and how it operates in the market. Strategic reconstruction. It's a comprehensive alteration of a company's fundamental structure, not just the organizational structure, but the fundamental structure. It may involve altering the business model, because alteration of the business model is done at the top level of management. The strategic managers may decide to change the business model, and I've said it goes beyond reducing costs, cutting costs, and reorganizing departments. So what could be the reasons for strategic reconstruction? Why would the company find it fit to carry out strategic reconstruction? One reason is to adapt to changing market conditions. Adapt to changing market conditions. Changes in the market may necessitate the need for a company to reconstruct its strategy. Markets, we know, are dynamic. Markets are constantly evolving. So strategic restructuring allows companies to adapt to new trends, technologies, customer preferences, and competitive landscapes, which may help or which may involve entering into new markets. It may involve into launching new products. This restructuring may also involve discontinuing unprofitable lines and businesses. So strategic reconstruction may be necessary for a company to adapt to changing market conditions. Another reason is to improve a company's competitive position. Competitive position. Companies carry out strategic reconstruction in order to improve their competitive position. Companies may restructure to gain a competitive advantage over rivals, and that could involve acquiring complementary businesses, That could involve entering into strategic alliances and collaborations. That could involve investing in research and development, and so on. 3, enhance efficiency. One reason for strategic reconstruction is to enhance efficiency. Strategic reconstruction can help companies identify and eliminate efficiencies in its operations, which could then streamline processes and eliminate efficiencies in the operations. And that could involve streamlining processes, that could involve consolidating functions, or even outsourcing non-core activities. So strategic reconstruction may be necessary in order to enhance the company's efficiency. 4 is to respond to financial challenges. In order to respond to financial challenges. In times of financial distress, strategic restructuring can help companies reduce costs, improve cash flow, and regain financial stability. And that may involve selling assets, refinancing debt, restructuring operations, and so on. So we've defined strategic reconstruction and given a few reasons for strategic reconstruction. Then let's identify some of the key elements. Key elements of strategic reconstruction. One is redefining the business model. One key element of strategic reconstruction is redefining the key element. And that involves changing the company's core product lines, changing the company's target market, changing the company's distribution channels, or even revenue models in order to take advantage of tax deductions or even utilize tax efficient utilizing tax efficient financial sentiments. You understand? One key element of strategic reconstruction is redefining the business model. Now, in defining strategic reconstruction, we recall we say that it refers to the deliberate and comprehensive alteration of business model and also the fundamental structure of a company. So one key element of strategic reconstruction is redefining the business model. You understand? Redefining the business model. And that would mean changing the product lines, changing the target markets, the distribution channels, and so on. Number 2, portfolio optimization. Portfolio optimization is another element of strategic reconstruction. Portfolio optimization involves assessing the company's portfolio of businesses, assessing a company's portfolio of assets in order to determine which one or which ones are core to the strategy and which ones should be divested or restructured. That's the second element of strategic reconstruction. 3, organizational design. Organizational design involves changing the company's organizational structure, changing the company's reporting relationships and the decision-making processes in order to better align with the new strategy, organizational design. 4, process reengineering is an element of strategic reconstruction. Process reengineering. This involves redesigning key business processes to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and enhance customer satisfaction. It may also involve cultural transformation. Cultural transformation is a key element of strategic reconstruction. Cultural transformation involves changing the company's values, beliefs, and behaviors to support the new strategy and create a more agile and innovative culture. So these are 5 elements of strategic reconstruction. 1, redefining the business model. 2, portfolio optimization. 3, organizational design. 4, process reengineering. 5, cultural transformation. Now, this is the second form of restructuring. Let's discuss the legal reconstruction. Legal reconstruction is another form of reconstruction apart from organizational reconstruction, apart from financial reconstruction, apart from portfolio reconstruction, apart from reconstruction in the public sector. We may also have legal reconstruction. Now, legal reconstruction or legal restructuring is a tool, a versatile tool that companies utilize to modify their legal framework in order to achieve various strategic objectives. And it encompasses changes to the company's incorporation status, it encompasses changes to the company's corporation status. Incorporation status. We may also have changes to the ownership structure, changes to the company's incorporation status. It may also involve changes to the company's tax status, etc. That is legal reconstruction. And these modifications are often driven by desire to enhance efficiency, to mitigate risks, and also adapt to evolving legal and to evolving regulatory landscapes. So the types I've just mentioned here. 1 is changes of incorporation status. Changes of incorporation status. What does that mean? Now here, candidates, it means that the company changes or it involves transition from one legal entity type to another. For example, a company might convert from a sole proprietorship to a limited liability company, or from a partnership to a limited. An organization or a firm may shift from being a sole proprietorship or from a partnership to an incorporated or to a limited liability company in order to limit personal liability or to attract investment from a partnership to incorporation in order to attract investment, because it's very easy to seek finances maybe from the market, from the capital market when a company is incorporated than a sole. So changes of incorporation status is a legal reconstruction, restructuring. There is also restructuring of ownership, restructuring of ownership, restructuring of ownership. This involves changes in shareholding, changes in, or it may also involve issuance of new shares, because ownership can be altered by issuing new shares so that the existing shareholders or shareholding may be diluted or something like that. And that can happen in order to facilitate succession planning. So legal reconstruction may involve altering the ownership of the company, changes in shareholding patterns. It can be done through issuance of new shares and so on. You understand? It might be done to raise capital, it might be done to consolidate control, or even to facilitate succession planning. You understand? Number 3, tax restructuring. Tax restructuring. Now, tax restructuring focuses on optimizing a company's tax structure to minimize its tax liability. And it can involve relocating to a jurisdiction with favorable tax laws, or just restructuring internal operations to take advantage of tax deductions, or to utilize tax efficient financial instruments. To utilize tax efficient financial instruments. Reasons? What are the reasons for legal restructuring? The first reason is compliance with regulations. Compliance with regulations. Compliance with regulations. These are changes in laws and regulations may necessitate legal restructuring to ensure continued compliance and avoid penalties. That is one reason for legal restructuring, to comply with the regulations. 2, tax optimization is another reason. Tax optimization for legal restructuring. Companies may restructure to reduce their tax burden by leveraging tax incentives, by leveraging deductions or credits. 3, asset protection. Protection of assets. Legal restructuring can be used to safeguard assets from creditors or from potential lawsuits by separating them into different legal entities or established trusts. So legal reconstruction can help the company to protect its assets. Legal reconstruction can also facilitate growth and investment. Facilitating growth and investment. Facilitating growth and investment. Restructuring can make a company more attractive to investors by improving its financial structure, reducing risk, or even creating a more transparent ownership structure. The last reason is in relation to succession planning. succession planning. Succession planning. Legal restructuring can be part of a succession plan to ensure smooth transition of ownership and management control to the next generation. So these are 5 reasons for legal reconstruction. We also identified reasons for strategic reconstructions, which are forms of restructuring. In our previous sessions, we studied in detail financial reconstruction, organizational reconstruction, portfolio reconstruction. In our next session, we will consider restructuring in the public sector. Before then, here is your today's assignment. Besides organizational reconstruction, financial reconstruction, portfolio reconstruction, what are some other forms of restructuring, and how do they differ in their focus and objectives? 2. What factors should organizations consider when choosing the most appropriate form of restructuring for their specific circumstances or goals? 3. In what situations might a combination of different restructuring approaches be necessary to address complex organizational challenges, and how can these approaches be integrated effectively? 4. What role do external consultants or advisors play in guiding organizations through different forms of restructuring, and what are the benefits of seeking external expertise? 5. How can organizations ensure that the benefits of restructuring are sustained over the long term, and what measures can be taken to prevent future distress or decline? In our next lesson, we are going to discuss restructuring in the public sector. Bye-bye.